Hi friends, welcome to the delightful town of Farmington, Utah, where the air is crisp, the vibes are friendly, and the sense of family is woven into the very fabric of the community. I'm excited to be your guide to the top 10 pros and cons of living in the wonderful town of Farmington. So grab a seat and let's explore what makes Farmington such a special place to call home. Are you thinking of making a move to Salt Lake City? In this video, I'm going to lay out the top 10 pros and cons of Farmington, which is a suburb of Salt Lake City. In previous videos related to Farmington, I did a map tour and I also did a vlog tour. These videos have hidden gems and visuals introducing you to the different neighborhoods, and they will show you some different examples of varying price points. So you will want to check these videos out. Like I said, today I am going to help you to evaluate the pros and cons of Farmington City to see if it will fit your needs. As a bonus, if you stick around with me until the end, I am going to tell you one of the craziest stories that happened to my clients and I while we were looking at houses. Still gives me the shivers. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in Salt Lake City, Utah, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be one of the first to know about the current market in Salt Lake City, Utah and surrounding suburbs. My name is Janet with Living in Salt Lake City. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you. They're looking for help to make a move to Salt Lake City, Utah and surrounding suburbs. We absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. My information is in the description below so that we can help you make a smooth move to Salt Lake City, Utah and surrounding suburbs. Farmington is located in Davis County and is also the county seat of the area. Farmington is a great place to live for nature lovers as the city borders the Wasatch Mountains to the east and the Great Salt Lake to the west. You will find the cities of Kaysville and Fruit Heights just to the north and the city of Centerville to the south. The population is nearly 25,000 residents, which is a 34% increase over the past decade. Due to its proximity to Salt Lake City, many commuters or families looking to escape the city lifestyle choose to call Farmington home. Living in Farmington is great for those who want to be close to a big city while still enjoying peaceful suburban living. Farmington is very affluential with a median household income of just over $115,000. This is well above the Utah average of $79,000. Median age of the residents in the area is 30. You will also find that Farmington population is very well educated. 97.6% of residents in Farmington have a high school degree or higher, and 49.3% of residents have a bachelor's degree or higher. The city is mostly made up of families and is 86% of households belonging to married couples, and the average home size is 3.4 persons, which is 10% higher than the figures in Utah. Pro number one is a small town charm, friendliness, and a welcoming community. Farmington exudes that small town charm, and the sense of community is strong. Get ready for warm smiles and friendly waves as Farmington residents create an inviting and welcoming atmosphere. You might ask, why are people in Utah generally so happy? There was a study that ranked Utah number one in the number of work hours. Utah residents work hard, which actually does contribute to overall happiness. Utah was also ranked number one in the highest rate of volunteer hours. This indicates a strong sense of community and purpose. Utah was ranked as the number one best state overall for the second year in a row by the U.S. News and World Report. Utah's notable attributes include a booming economy, an advanced infrastructure, and quality education. This makes it a well-rounded state that offers the best of life to all those who visit and call it home. Pro number two is general to Utah, and that is safety and security. Safety is a top priority, creating a secure environment perfect for families and individuals alike. According to SafeWise, Utah has emerged as one of the safest states in the nation, ranking 4th overall. In case you are wondering, Vermont was the one who ranked number 1 as the safest state. Safety in Utah is 50% higher than the rest of the U.S. The Crime Grade website gave Farmington an A+ for a desirable area for living for lower crime rates and higher safety. Farmington has the top ranking among its neighboring cities as well. Crimerate.org has additional details for the area in Farmington if you want to take a look. Pro number 3 are the top-notch schools. Education matters, and Farmington boasts excellent schools dedicated to the growth and development of students. Students living in Farmington, Utah are served by the Davis County School District. This Farmington School District is the second largest school district in Utah, serving over 72,000 students across the county. Farmington High School was recently built and its first graduating class was 2019. Everyone was anxious to have their children attend this new school. One of the attractive features is the focus on college prep. It also is STEM-based. Farmington High School is ranked by U.S. News as the #1 school in Davis School District high schools. The school has a graduation rate of 95% and 52% of the students participate in AP classes. So many of the people from surrounding areas were trying to get their children admitted that there was so many of them that there was a freeze on variance requests. Farmington High has won multiple theater awards and basketball awards as well. If you were looking for a fun family activity, their theater performances are entertaining and well done. They have a great reputation for team sports and dance programs as well. There are 4 elementary schools in Farmington: Canyon Creek, Eagle Bay, which both have the Spanish immersion program, which you can follow all the way through graduation, which I talk about in another video. And then there are Farmington and Knowlton Elementaries, as well as the middle school, which is Farmington Junior High, and then of course the famous high school, Farmington High School. If you are looking for private high schools in Farmington, then check out Ascent Academies of Utah at the Farmington campus. This charter school aims to provide every student with the knowledge and education to prepare them for life after high school. Charter school admissions are by lottery. There are also a handful of other charter schools in neighboring cities if you're willing to make the drive. When I was a child, I would grab my backpack and jump on my bike so that I could ride to the library and check out as many books as possible. I love to get lost in adventures and my imagination would run wild. I had a hard time deciding which books I would choose that would make the cut so that I could bring them home because I was limited on how many books I could check out. The Farmington Branch Library is the headquarters of the Davis County Library. They have a great reading program and lots of fun activities that you will want to check out. The library is in such a perfect position to make a difference by offering meaningful opportunities for connection for people from every conceivable background and walk of life throughout the city. You will also want to visit the City Library downtown. The City Library is in the heart of Salt Lake City and it is ranked 15th worldwide. It is world renowned because of its library system, partly due to the impressive space. The main library is a treasure and it is in the heart of Salt Lake City. It is integrated into the community and is an architectural marvel as well. It has a goal of bringing community together. The City Library is a place for connection, whether it is hosting community events and performances. It also is celebrating its 21st birthday in 2024. It's really fun to see that this small local library actually ranks right up there alongside Yale and the Library of Congress. Pro number 4 is cleanliness. Rankings show Utah is not so trashy when it comes to garbage and its landfills. Analysis ranked Utah at 25% below the national average on per capita basis of tons of garbage. There are many cities that offer recycling options at curbside and facilities that take cardboard, plastic, and cans. Farmington is one of those cities. Farmington also offers a local location for glass recycling. There are also facilities that take make tires, and then they send them out to do tire recycling. In addition, in Layton, there's a free facility to take hazardous materials such as paint, cleaning product, oil, and other such hazardous products. Pro number 5 is nature's paradise. Nature lovers rejoice. Farmington offers a wide variety of parks, trails, and outdoor spaces, inviting you to explore the great outdoors. Farmington Pond is one of my children's favorite little spots. We have gone with our paddleboards, and the kids love to swim around as well. But honestly, I don't know if it's the cleanest place to swim. I stay on my board and I enjoy the sun. I did a little research, and as of 2023, the pond was deemed safe to swim. But there's a saying that says just because you can doesn't mean you should. So you'll have to make that choice for yourself. The pond is stocked with fish, and they have a small little fishing dock. The facility also offers restrooms and picnic tables. It's a great little pond with hiking trails and plenty of paved parking in the area. The trails in the area make it so that you can bike, rollerblade, walk, run, scooter, whatever you want. There are neighborhood trails that link to larger trails. If you want to know more about all of these different trail systems, I have other videos that go into more detail and give you visuals as well. You will love all of the parks and trails in the area. You will enjoy the breathtaking scenery with the stunning mountains as your backdrop. Sometimes I forget just how lucky we are to have such amazing natural beauty in Utah. I have seen some of the most incredible sunsets and sunrises with the beautiful mountains as a backdrop. Just know, if you love the outdoors, there are countless opportunities for you here in Utah. I will go into more detail about the hidden gems for your hiking, biking, skiing, boating, paddleboarding adventures in other videos. You will never have a shortage of outdoor fun if you move to Utah. Farmington is also the home of Lagoon. It is a popular amusement park. My daughter and her friends all get season passes. They love to go for even just a few hours and enjoy the rides. There's also a water park in Lagoon as well, so some days they'll just go and enjoy the water slides and the lazy river. Something else you will love about the original part of downtown Farmington is Tree City, USA, where the trees line the streets and the city maintains these trees to keep the historic Farmington feel. Pro number 6 is Farmington's convenient location and proximity to shopping centers. Farmington is a mere 20-25 minutes from downtown and the Salt Lake International Airport. Farmington is also conveniently located near shopping centers, making it easy to fulfill your retail therapy needs. Farmington Station offers many of the retailers that you might already love, like Old Navy, Bed Bath & Body Works, and H&M, to name a few. Farmington Station is also home of my main office, and I love it there. When looking for food, Farmington is the home of a great majority of restaurants in the area. Residents in the surrounding cities, such as Kaysville, Centerville, Bountiful, Woods Cross, and North Salt Lake, often go to Farmington to eat. There are many great restaurants to choose from, like Tucanos or Zupa's and Santorini's, just to name a few. You can find something fast and dine in, or go through the drive-thru, or you can find a nice sit-down restaurant. As you can tell, Farmington offers a wide variety of shopping and restaurants. If you want to learn more about these options, you will want to watch my Farmington vlog video where I show you around town. Just for fun, I thought I would share a little Utah favorite when it comes to sauces. So, have you ever heard of fry sauce? Utahns have a passionate love affair with fry sauce. I remember traveling as a child and being extremely disappointed when I could not get fry sauce outside of Utah. What is fry sauce? There are many unique combinations of creamy and tangy ingredients that can provide a standout sauce. In its simplest form, fry sauce is combining ketchup and mayonnaise. Other versions, you might add a little pickle juice or lemon juice or vinegar to give it a little tang. me. But my children's favorite is to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. So you should give it a try. It's best with burgers and fries, but you don't have to limit yourself. Before we shift to the cons, I want to share one of my favorite negotiation stories with you. Real estate is an emotional business. My client was recently divorced, and it was a very emotional time for her and her two girls. She was using her portion of the equity from the marital home we had just sold to purchase a new home. She needed to feel safe and comfortable. She loved the older homes, but she needed to know that she wouldn't be overwhelmed with repairs. She didn't want any major repairs like a roof or plumbing issues that can come with those older homes. Emotionally, we had to prepare since she was downsizing and leaving a home she absolutely loved. If it weren't for the divorce, she felt that she would have stayed there forever. We talked a lot about getting rid of all the extra stuff that she had. She left many items with her ex-husband. The whole process helped her to feel like she had gotten rid of a lot of excess baggage, both emotionally and physically. She was excited to move forward. We found the perfect place. It was tucked away in a small cul-de-sac. It had the charm of an older home, but the plumbing and the electrical had recently been updated. The roof had lots of life left. The furnace and AC, although they were not new, were in good repair. The home was well maintained and inviting. She immediately felt a connection with the home. We ended up in competing multiple offers. The seller was an elderly woman who couldn't live on her own anymore. In talking with the listing agent, I found out that her biggest concern in selling the home seemed to be the stray cat that she had adopted. She couldn't take the cat with her. She was emotionally distraught at the thought of leaving the cat homeless. My buyer was a cat lady. She already had several cats. She was happy to let the seller know that if she was the one to buy the home, she would adopt her stray cat. We were not the highest or even the strongest offer, but we were able to address one of the seller's strongest concerns. Yes, we bought a house that came with a cat. I believe that homes and people match, and sometimes that involves cats. Each home buying journey is as unique and different as the individual I am helping. I am Janet Marroquin with Coldwell Banker Realty, and my YouTube channel is Living in Salt Lake City. Con number one is the homogeneous population. While the community is friendly, the population might be relatively homogeneous compared to the more diversified cities. Racial and ethnic composition is 91% white, 4.22 or more races, 2.9% Asian, 0.8% Black or African American, 0.6 is natural Hawaiian or Native Hawaiian, 0.3 is American Indian. So racial and ethnical diversity changes with the population growth. And in general, Utah continues to diversify racially and ethnically, with the minority share of the population increasing for the last 6 consecutive decades. Today, nearly 1 in 4, 25% to be more accurate, of Utahns identify as a racial or ethnical minority. As the time passes, so does the diversity in Utah. Fast forward to a decade and things might be completely different. Just know that if you are looking for more of a melting pot with a good mix of racial variety and culture, Farmington isn't going to provide what you are looking for. Okay, moving on. Con number 2 is the cost of living. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Farmington is a very affluential city with a median household income of just over $115,000. The cost of living has gone up drastically in Utah over the last several years, especially relating to home prices. Why is Utah housing become so expensive? Utah has a housing shortage, with more people wanting to buy than homes are available. In the recent report, Essex said Utah has about 53,000 more households than it has housing units. This is going to continue to drive up housing prices. Those waiting for prices to come down are going to be sorely disappointed when interest rates go down and prices start to climb again. In conversations with clients, some have told me that their mom, cousin, best friend, coworker has given them advice to just wait until the prices come down before they actually purchase. I understand that this advice is given with the best of intentions, and we do not have any logical indication that this will ever happen in the near future. The reasons that caused the home's values to plummet in 2008 are no longer factors in our current housing market. In fact, statistically speaking, over 1/3 of homeowners do not have a mortgage. They own their home outright. Then when you look at those who do have a mortgage, it's estimated that over half of homeowners have well over 50% of equity in their homes. When wages catch up with the housing market, things will feel better. The biggest obstacle we are currently facing is a supply and demand issue. Utah cannot catch up to the number of homes needed to meet the demand of current buyers. End of story. If you are looking to make a move to Farmington, we will need to be prepared to make a solid offer. If you're curious about home prices and what you can get in different price ranges, you'll want to check out my Farmington vlog and map video. I introduce you to different housing opportunities and give you an idea of what will fit in your budget. Con number 3 is the traffic congestion during rush hour. Like many growing areas, Farmington experiences occasional traffic congestion, particularly during rush hours. In January of 2024, they opened a new freeway entrance and exit to Legacy Highway. It was projected to reduce delays by 30% and improve access to the West Davis County, and has future extension plans to extend all the way into West Point. West Davis Highway is 16 miles. It has 4 lanes. There's 6 new interchanges that have been built into the I-15 freeway as well. There are 10 new trails that have been added along the freeway access. They provide opportunities for recreational users and bicycle commuters. 1,100 acres of wetlands remained as well. There are also long-term plans to extend it all the way to Weber County. I try to avoid Farmington at rush time, but I have found that I agree with the reduction delays. So it might not be as big of a concern as it has been in the past. What remains true is that Farmington is at the heart of Davis County and draws more traffic than other neighboring cities. Moving on to con number 4, which is the current limited new construction. Farmington is a desirable area and is difficult to find a new build. This can change over time, and there are some new projects coming, but for the moment, it does limit your options. I do feature a few of the new construction homes in my blog video, just to give you an idea of what is currently available. I love to read. At one point, I was reading 4 books a month to improve myself and my business. I am happiest when I am learning and growing. I just finished a book called All It Takes is a Goal by John Acuff. I wanted to take his goal setting principles and show you how it can apply to your real estate journey. So step 1, you begin your research of the areas and you get a feel of what motivates you. You can do this by reviewing the past. Do an inventory of your life's best moments. What gets you excited? What fuels you in your search? When you imagine your home, what else comes to mind? Are you thinking of the proximity to outdoor activities? Do you worry about your children's education? Are you thinking of the location to see how close it is to your family or what your work commute might look like? Are you imagining that the move will bring a new adventure, or are you wanting more of comfort and reassurance in the changes you desire? What keeps you engaged? What motivates you will keep you on track with your goals. Is it the love of skiing? Is it the love of paddleboarding? Is it your kids' sports? Is it the community and getting involved and feeling a part of something bigger? So much of the home buying process has to do with our lifestyle and the desired emotions that we know that we will feel when we accomplish our homeownership goals. The goal of homeownership can feel overwhelming and out of reach. We need to remember that fear is a reaction and courage is a decision. The clearer we become, the easier it is to take inspired action and manifest what we truly desire. We can take this journey together. In life, we have to not let fear steer our ship. We can learn from fear, but let's not give it a vote. I have some clients who started the home purchasing process. They were going to be first generation home buyers. No one in either sides of their families had ever owned a home before. Their descendants were from another country. Their dream was fueled by the American dream, and they worked extra hard to save enough to qualify for the process. We were well prepared and very excited. We found the perfect little new construction and we made an offer. We were assured that the seller would sign the accepted offer within just a few short days. My clients went ahead and signed a new lease for their rental, knowing that it would take several months to finish the construction on their new place. To our dismay, the seller decided that since the real estate climate was so competitive, that he would raise prices immediately. That included the price of the home which we had made an offer on. He was not willing to honor the verbal acceptance that we had received. You cannot imagine the disappointment my clients felt, and myself as well. We decided since we had no other options, they would have to continue saving up money, and when their lease was up, we would start looking again. In the end, it ended up being a full year and a half later when we finally started the purchasing process again. The husband had received a nice raise. We switched cities and we found them the perfect little home. My favorite part of this story is the day that I gave them the keys, they shared with me that the wife was pregnant with their first child. Waiting to purchase the home gave them the opportunity to allow her to stay at home with the baby. Now they have a beautiful baby girl and mom gets to stay home with her. I'm going to tell you one of the craziest situations I was in that I've experienced in showing homes in Utah. So it was cold and my clients and I went to look at a vacant home. We went inside and we're in the utility room. We heard a weird rustling and we looked around and we didn't see anything. Then we went out into the living room and as we were talking, I caught something move out of the corner of my eye. It was a snake and it was like slithering along the edges of the room. I freaked out and so did the wife. The husband, however, decided to play hero and he wanted to take the snake outside. So he found a stick and he started to pick it up and poke at it. We were screaming the whole time. It kept falling off and then he'd pick it up again. Eventually, he was able to get the snake out. We were still trying to process what had just happened when I saw movement again. It was like deja vu because there was another snake crawling along the same wall. I lost it. I was out of there. I was done. We assume that there was a nice little snake's nest in the water heater area since that's where we heard the noise and it's so warm and inviting for snakes, apparently. The client then told me this crazy story of someone that he heard about that was local that was doing a small remodel job like behind their fireplace, and then some mysterious snake like got in the wall and the contracts like didn't notice, and then they finished it off and the snake was trapped alive in the wall. And a few months later there was all sorts of noises, and when they broke the wall open to see what in the world was happening, they found a snake's nest. And I don't even know if this is real, but my client swears that it was true. And I just can't handle it. Like, I don't do creeper crawlies. And generally speaking, like, you don't see a lot of snakes in Utah. So for me, that was wild and crazy. And I hope to never experience it again. And there you have it, the top 10 pros and cons of living in Farmington, Utah, a town where small town charm meets family-friendly warmth. So if you're ready for a life filled with friendly faces, community events, and a sense of belonging, Farmington might just be the perfect place for you. Happy exploring.